Happy Halloween! I'd like to start off this video by saying, hope you all had a fun and safe Halloween for those of you who celebrated this past weekend. I hope you all didn't get too crazy. If you did, hope you were careful. But I'd like to kind of start off by saying, like, Jess and I were driving down our neighborhood and just the surrounding neighborhoods and noticing that, like, trick-or-treating or just Halloween spirit or just holidays in general, like, the spirit has literally gone down at a decline ever since, like, from the time we were kids till now. And you know, like, houses aren't even decorating anymore, and like, people aren't as passionate about it anymore. And you know, I think that a lot of people are gonna say, like, oh, it has to do a lot with the dangers in the neighborhood and people are more dangerous and all that stuff. But I think that, like, when we were kids, there was always danger. There's always going to be danger, and that's a factor that you cannot control. But I think that something you can control is obviously how aware you are of the surrounding communities and what's going on around you in general, right? Staying up to date with current events. And also, I think a lot of that has to do with it is that parents are getting lazier and lazier. Like, the past couple years I've taken my little brother trick-or-treating, the kids are trick-or-treating from house to house, and then the parents are following them in their cars, like, behind them. And I'm like, yo, like, that takes away from the whole experience of trick-or-treating. And I remember when I was a kid, like, me and my friends or my cousins, like, we would go to, like, 4 to 5 different neighborhoods and trick-or-treat till, like, midnight. And no matter what day it was, even if it was, like, a Monday or Saturday or Friday or whatever day Halloween fell on. But, you know, we trick-or-treated till we were, like, going out till midnight or even past that, because that was one of the holidays that every single kid looks forward to, you know? Getting as much candy as possible and just having fun with their friends in costumes and dressing up and just being fun. And I feel like a lot of that has just kind of gone out the window. And with social media being present now, like, people, or internet being more and more, like, prevalent now, kids just stay indoors and they don't even have, like, that much of a childhood as, like, the 90s and my 90s kids, which is me, and then the 80s kids and stuff like that. So I don't know, when I have kids, like, I'm definitely going to, like, deck them out in every single holiday and just have lots of fun. And I don't know, bring back the spirit, you know? I don't want to raise my kids, like, saying that, oh, like, you know, these holidays aren't that good, but you just gotta have fun. Like, live your childhood and just have fun with it. So I am currently headed to go pick up my suit because I had it altered because Derek's wedding is this weekend, which I'm really excited about. It's gonna be a lot of fun. The whole squad, Alpha Fleet, is heading up there, and we're just gonna be super nice and decked out. Okay. Okay. It's got a little Halloween theme to it. I dig it. Yeah. Whoa. Let's go. Okay. 21 Savage and Offset and Metro Boomin just released the new album Without Warning Day on Halloween. Without warning, pun intended. Damn, this album is fire! And then also Chris Brown releases dope-ass album, like 40-something songs, a ton of music. Killing it, man, killing it! So today I'm actually supposed to be training with Anderson. Gets here at 6. Right now it's about 5, so I got here a little bit early. But yesterday, I didn't have the greatest workout, sadly, because I was kind of rushing. So I'm gonna do, so yesterday I did legs, and I kind of half-assed my hamstrings and then didn't even do calves. So what I'm gonna do right now before Anderson gets here is make up for it. I'm gonna do some hamstrings, I'm gonna do some calves, and then when Anderson gets here, that's when I'll hit back with him.
Look at this, what is this man doing right now? The things we do for social media, right? My boy Tim looking sick.
All right, so the moment you've all been waiting for, Anderson's here. I don't know if you guys remember Anderson, but if you don't, Anderson and I worked together 2016 contest prep and pretty much transformed my channel in that direction. But Anderson has been super busy. He works like five jobs, man. And so
we're training.
Staying busy.
Yeah, staying busy, man. So we are working out together because we're catching up and just catching up on old times, just like we used to do back in the day. So we're hitting a pull today, and Anderson is leading the day. So what do we have here first?
So we're doing, I guess it's lat pull downs, but we're doing an underhand grip first. And then afterwards, we're gonna switch our position and we're gonna go for a side movement. Same thing, but just a different variation.
Solid session with Anderson. It's always good to just catch up like old times and work out. And he killed me, man. Like the workout was incredible today. You know, sometimes you just got to get back to your roots. And Anderson and I were just catching up and just talking about old times and how the old videos, how we used to do it. But Anderson is so busy now, you know. For those of you who are wondering why we haven't been doing collabs, that is the reason. You know, it's not because me and him aren't friends anymore. It's just because like we all have our own things to do, and you know, he has his own priorities, I have my own priorities, and so like we're talking about potentially a comeback, potentially. And just having something to film, you know, like, so he asked me if I'm competing within the next like year or so, and I said no, because I'm not. I don't have competing on my mind because I just have so many bigger things to worry about. Hope you all understand that. It's not because I've lost my passion for competing, but I think it's just because like there's so many other things that I have. Sorry if you guys can't see me, but there's so many other things right now that I just have in my life. Obviously one of those being getting married. So that is one of them, and then also the businesses that I will be starting up. And so like there's just a lot of doing that I need to catch up on. And yeah, man, that's just one of those things where competing should be one of the last things on my list because it doesn't pay my bills. It's good for motivational purposes, inspirational, and it's good for content on YouTube. But you know, we all have our own lives to kind of look out for and a lot of other things to do. And you know, if I haven't said before, Anderson has lost 120 pounds since probably the time you guys saw him. You know, I'm not going to talk about the specifics of it, but Anderson has worked really, really hard. And you know, he's expressed to me, comes a time in your life where you realize, okay, I need to really focus on my health, make health a priority. And that's why fitness is so great, man. Anderson's told me since losing that much weight, obviously he's still going, but since losing that much weight, you know, he feels much better. There's so many things he can do healthier, so much more activeness in his life. Yeah, man, there's just a lot of different stuff that really attribute to your daily life that you don't even do and you take for granted, you know? So essentially fitness being one of them. Like, life catches up to you, you know? If you're grown up, before you know it, you've gained 30 pounds from 2 years ago or a year ago, because life just catches up to you. And sometimes you don't have all the time in the world to work out or track your macros or prep your meals and stuff like that. But I think that fitness is one of those things where it needs to be a foundation in everyone's life. And obviously 99% of my demographic right now is fitness based, so it's easier for you guys to understand. But you know, fitness is like 5% of the world, if not 1%. And you know, it's a growing industry, it's a growing generation, and I think that everyone needs to be a part of it. And so like what I'm asking you guys is really just spread the word, man. Like, influence those around you, like your family, your parents, your cousins, you know, and even your friends who don't work out. Like, you know, you shouldn't have to work out to get big. You shouldn't need to work out to compete or be shredded. You just need to work out for daily cardiovascular health, and that is the most important aspect, I think, that a lot of people have misconceptions about. And you know, you need to be healthier, you know, like, because fitness is not a phase. Fitness is a lifestyle that improves your life. You know, it's supposed to improve every single aspect, making you be able to do things better. Yeah, if you have kids, be able to run and play with them, not get tired, you know, pick them up and not get tired and not being able to carry them, you know, like that's something that you always would want to do. Like, you don't want to be 40 and not be able to like run with your kids, or 35 or even 30 and not be able to run with your kids and get tired and stuff like that, right? I'm talking about like kids because I'm growing up, but a lot of you don't have kids on your mind. My age demographic is 18 to 24 essentially, so you know, but with everything else, like everything that you do in life, you know, if you see older people, right, the older generation, like middle-aged or even like above that, you know, like above 50, you know, a lot of those people like are obese. Like, if you notice, like a lot of the older people are obese, and that's definitely because of the reason, because like they haven't incorporated fitness in their life. And like, it all just starts with just walking around the neighborhood. There's people walking around the neighborhood now. It just starts with that, like something as simple as walking around the neighborhood and just cleaning up your diet just a little bit. You know, like those people around you, you really need to influence them as much as possible, because like fitness, nutrition, guys, nutrition is the ultimate medicine, and it's one of those things that everyone, like literally every single person, overlooks. You know, just because, you know, I'm a flexible dieter, I do flexible dieting, that doesn't mean that I just eat freaking junk food all the damn time. I eat very, very healthy. If you guys follow me religiously, you know what I'm talking about. Like, I eat very, very healthy, and essentially it's one of those things where like I am kind of preparing for my future. You know, I'm not just eating to look good in these next 3 years. You know, I want to look good for the rest of my life. I want to look and feel good. And, you know, for me, like, that is the most important aspect. Feeling good about yourself, and obviously looking good. Like, that's a good aspect too. But, you know, just, I don't know, guys. Like, I'm really, really passionate about this, guys. You know, and you know how I feel about everything. So for dinner, I have a stir fry with chicken, mushrooms, and onions. Pretty much 12 ounces of chicken, whole onion, and a whole box of mushrooms. Trying to keep it somewhat healthy before we head to Austin this weekend for Derek's wedding, and trying to eat healthy. So in case you guys were wondering, my current macros are 60 fat, 325 carb, and 185 protein, and that is pretty much my Monday through Friday macros, loosely on Friday because I kind of like to start my cheat weekends. But that's pretty much it. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and I will see you guys in the next video.